everyone, today we're going to do a new-ish build challenge. I want to start a new series where I make a starter home for each pack in the game using just base game and that pack. I've been talking a lot lately about how there's so many packs you kind of forget what's in what, so I think this could be another way to kind of highlight each pack individually. Plus, it gives me a series that you can just hop in anytime and watch. You don't have to watch it in order like some of my other challenges. To be fair, you definitely do not have to watch my 100 Babe challenge in order. That thing is so chaotic you can jump in at any time. But these build challenges will be even more isolated episodes. Fun fact, I already did this challenge with the bathroom clutter kit, but I accidentally messed up how I was filming it, so the footage is completely unusable. Also, the build wasn't great, so like, we're gonna forget that ever happened. We're using James Turner's random pack generator with the number of results set to 1. Let's go! Okay, I don't own perfect patio stuff, and I'm not gonna buy it for this. Vampires! Now that I own. Okay! Then we're gonna use his Disable Sims 4 Packs tool, base game quick select, and then select vampires. And then he has instructions here on what to do with this big string of text. This whole morning, I've had my game updating because I knew there was an update, and you're telling me it hasn't actually been updating because I forgot to agree to the license agreement? Did it change? I mean, I assume it must have, or else they wouldn't be asking me, but I guess I'll come back in 20 minutes when the update's done. All right, I'm being dramatic. That only took 5 minutes. Let's build in Forgotten Hollow, the world that comes with vampires. I'm kind of thinking about this Garlic Clotter place or the Widow Shield Townhome. I don't want to do the empty lot because it's a 30 by 30 and that's just too big. I mean, even a 30 by 20 is a little big, but I don't mind replacing one of the existing starter homes. Oh, that's not a starter home at all, actually. That's 55,000 simoleons. Okay, let's replace this one. This is the starter home. I brought a sim here. This is Clarity Devins. She was one of the first sims that I played with when I first got the sims like on this computer. But with that introduction out of the way, let's look at the build style. Where's Vlad's house? Is he not in the same neighborhood as us? I don't think I ever realized that. Okay, well, I feel like we have a lot of freezes going on. This architecture style is giving me almost like Gothic colonial. I don't know. I'm talking like I know anything about houses. See, the problem is walls are expensive and we're on a budget. Speaking of which, let's bulldoze and get our budget in place. Okay, I Googled it and Google says that the build style of this pack is Victorian. So now we have a goal. Oh, our budget didn't work because we're in free build mode. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll just check it periodically. So there was a townhome here, so I kind of want to stick with that vibe. And I'm kind of thinking like the entrance right here, and then maybe some kind of porch that juts out on the side, like that, and then maybe another room upstairs. Trying to figure out if that's too big or too small. That's 3,000 simoleons. We could probably make it a little bigger and then shrink it down later if we want to. I'm trying to see if there's any features on the other house that I want to steal. I feel like a bump out on the back could be kind of neat. That's sort of a fun shape. Then I do want a little bit of a landing just for the front door, but like as small as it can be, just like that. Then the roof line is super important here, and also usually where I struggle the most. But I was thinking this like gabled roof on the main piece, maybe like especially pointy. Yeah. And I'm not sure on the back piece. I kind of want to do something like this, but I feel like that looks super odd. Ooh, unless we could take 2 of these gabled pieces and adjust them individually so that their heights line up, but that the seam like still matches with the seam of the front gabled piece. I think that looks cool. Fortunately, that lines up perfectly for us, but if you ever want like really precise roof placements, you can press Alt and then hold this arrow, and see, now you get a much smoother set of points that you can set the height to. But this default one works great for us. I think that looks pretty neat. Maybe just a little bit taller and pointier. Perfect. Then I kind of want to put this little octagonal bump out on the back. I don't know. That just is calling to me. Again, we'll see how that works out with like money. Then for the roof on the top, I'm going to use this octagon piece. Trying to figure out how big I need to make it. Yeah, that works. It's like totally clipping into the room though. Isn't it not supposed to do that? Like if I extend this roof this way, it doesn't show up in the inside of the room. Why is the octagonal roof showing up on the inside? Well, that kind of disrupts my whole plan. I'm gonna try and go in and out of build mode and see if that helps. Nope, still weird. Okay, well that really puts a damper on my plan here. If I try and put the same piece like on this bit back here, am I gonna have the same issue? I mean, I guess not, because it's just going into another roof piece. It is clipping a bit though. It's all right. We don't need roof pieces there. We can just do freezes. Speaking of which, that means this has to be on medium wall height. Oh, it already is. That must mean that the previous house had a freeze. So let's start thinking about what we want the outside to look like. I think the siding that makes the most sense from the pack is this brick pattern. And I'm kind of feeling this version that has the lining on the outside. It looks really good on the front. It's not working so much on the sides. We could also just use the plain brick swatch and then add our own columns. Oh, the columns don't go up as high as I want them to. Can we stack the columns? Yeah, that's all right. Do we want those columns though? Or these bigger ones? These bigger ones don't come in quite as many color options. Ooh, I do like this kind of old-timey stone looking one though. But that feels more appropriate for like a graveyard. We'll just do this one and be happy where it works and be annoyed where it doesn't. Because most of the time, if you're viewing the walls, you're going to be viewing them from the front, and it works from the front. So then there's no roofing that came with vampires, but I think this like dense shingle pattern matches the vibes the best. I don't know, I'm having a hard time with a color theme. These shingles work, especially once you get some nice roof trim on them. Perfect. Then I'm not sure how to handle the freezes. Because look, it clips through the roof right there. We could just do a freeze around the entire like first floor, but then that looks really funky, and even if that looks normal, I don't think it looks good. It's kind of a shame though, because look at both of these other houses have freezes. What if we do something like this? And then maybe this part doesn't need to have a freeze. Maybe we can get around it with like spandrels somehow. I don't know. Maybe we give up a little bit and just make it a rectangle since we still get this octagonal bit in the back. Okay, then I want to get a half gabled roof on this bit and get the same little roofing bit. I don't know. I can't tell if I hate it or not. I think it looks like it makes sense in the world, but it also just feels kind of ugly. You know? How are we doing on money? Okay, 5,000, that's not terrible. Let's get some columns. This is really gonna increase the budget. Oh, actually, now that we have the freezes to kind of break up the wall, we could use the version without the brick and then just put our own columns. Assuming we have enough money. I guess that's kind of a big assumption, but assuming we have enough money. Okay, that increased the budget kind of a lot, but look, it looks pretty cool. I think I want to put this thicker roof trim to kind of make the roofs feel like they match the freezes a bit better. I'm trying to figure out what color. There's not a perfectly matching one. There's this one we were using, which is similar but a little darker. And then there's this other one that feels in the same color family, but too light. I think I'd rather err on the side of too dark. Maybe we can balance it out a little bit with our foundation. Don't really love any of these foundations, but this weird wood one matches the best, I guess? Gosh, we need a foundation update in this game. Are you serious? Vampire didn't come with any staircases? I could have sworn that it did. We can get this brick pattern on the stairs. Getting a little up there in price. Maybe I should start being concerned soon. Then I think that's the exterior mostly done. We just need some windows, but we might want to decide a floor plan first. Oh boy, it's really small in here. The hardest part's going to be the stairs, so I think I'll bend them to give us a little bit more wiggle room. Honestly, this is my punishment for just winging the floor plan. This is my curse. Okay, this has the potential to work. No stair bending required. I'm kind of thinking about having the kitchen by the entryway. It's a bit unconventional, but I think it could be fine. Then maybe having like a dining table pressed up against the wall, living room, study area, and then upstairs we could get in a bathroom and a bedroom. I think that could work. We could even get this big fancy window right here, right in the bedroom. That could be fun. It even comes in a matching color swatch. And then we have these much more gothic windows, none of which really match this one window we've just put in actually. Like the dark swatch has this very gray stone, and the lighter swatches are just too light and don't match anything else we got going on. Maybe we could try and embrace the light a little bit. Here, give me a second, I'll be back. I'm not liking this, never mind. I don't know, it could look fine with these windows without me having to change the color scheme of the whole house. There's this other option. They both have that burgundy inlay that I really want. That does kind of look like it makes more sense. Okay. So I had been using this dark brown as like an accent color, but now that we have this stone color, we could probably replace some of those dark brown accents with like a stone colored accent. Also, apologies if you can hear my cat. It wants attention. That looks a little bit more cohesive, maybe, I think. It's hard to tell. You look at the same build long enough, it just all starts to blend together. I just want this wallpaper without the baseboard at the bottom. Is that so much to ask? I guess we should probably pick a front door at some point too. I think this one makes sense for the front door, and then maybe this one makes sense for the patio. Maybe also the bedroom? I think it's too wide. I could make that wall bigger, but then it'd make the bedroom smaller, and it's already kind of a small bedroom, so I don't want to do that. That is the exterior looking good. I'll figure out what to put on the patio later. Oh my gosh, do you think we can fit this big decorative organ anywhere? That's a perfect fit. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, if we can afford that, it's staying. I don't think we're going to be able to afford it, but imagine. And Vampires does actually have its own counter set, which is pretty cool. Because of the windows, we kind of have a lot of maroon peeking in. So even though there's these other color options, I think the default swatch makes the most sense. I do kind of wish there were more options, but it's okay. Those are definitely not the cheapest counters either. Especially compared to the rest of the stuff in base game. Oof. Then I might put the fridge in this little corner over here. I'm not sure what else to put there. I guess maybe we could put a coat rack. That might make more sense than a fridge. There is this really old-timey looking stove, which could would be cool, but it's incredibly expensive, so we're gonna go with the good old yum cooker. Because again, this is a starter home, and I keep having to remind myself that. So that kitchen's fully functional. We do have some upper cabinets that come with vampires, but we only have 8,000 simoleons left, so I might want to come back to that. Also, I think I actually want to do the room now, because I think the vampire's bed is particularly expensive. Yeah, that's so much. We could do a coffin. The coffin is way cheaper. Do a coffin. All right, we got this Paul's bearer of bad news. Gotta make sure I put some doors in here. Oh, you know what we could do that would cost extra money, but would be really fun? I don't know, I'm trying to figure out if that looks ornate or dumb. I feel like this looks less dumb with these like pillars here maybe. Unsure if that's still functional though. Let me come get her to check. Nice. Ignore the fact that she's bald in her sleepwear. Okay, if that's functional and we could afford it, I like it a lot. I think I'm gonna keep it. Then this base game dresser matches the vibe and fits in this little corner very well. See, and then the roof's clipping in again. I don't know what it is about this room that's not handling the roof clipping properly. Like, look, it's not supposed to do that. Oh, but now the columns are being weird. All right, BRB just fixing everything. Oh, come on. The coffin clips when it's open? Oh, that's so annoying. It's just when it's opening though. When it's closed, it's fine. So I think maybe I don't care. Oh, it doesn't like it when I put that spandrel there. That must not have been the issue we were having earlier, mind you, but that is the issue we're having now. Okay, well, you're just getting a smaller trim then. Perfect. Gotta keep my eye on that budget. I wanted to put like curtains over the bed area, but the vampire curtains don't quite work for that concept. They could go in the bathroom though. I don't know, now I'm second guessing this whole thing. I think we can put the coffin up against this wall, and I added a little gap so hopefully it won't clip when it opens. It's not that big of a deal, but it would be nice if it didn't happen. Then this dresser matches that same style, but I think fits better in this little cubby over here. And I think that's functional to get to. It is. I forgot that that interaction would take us into Cass. Okay. And then I wanted to include a desk up here as well. Vampires doesn't have one, but this like base game furniture set that sort of matches vampires does. This chair would be so funny, but it's 1,000 simoleons. What's our budget looking like? Ugh. Not like I can get an 1,000 simoleon desk chair. Oh, Vampires actually has a desk chair despite not having a desk. It's probably supposed to be a dining chair, but it can work up here. Then I'm pretty sure Vampires has a bathroom set too. We have the shower tub combo, this very old looking toilet, and a rather old looking sink. This isn't usually how I plan out my 6-tile bathrooms. I like to have the door here and then have the toilet and the sink facing the bathtub, but alas, that's not gonna happen today. This looks fine though, although it is covering the window completely, and I did kind of want to use a curtain. I can't really think of any other layout though that works. We could move it around like that, but then I don't think the door into the bedroom is functional. Oh, it is. It's just really tight. Can she use the desk? She can. That could work. So then we just basically flip around the design from how I had it. And then we get to add the curtain. And that's pretty cool. For wallpaper, we have a couple of options. I think I might want to use this one downstairs. Ooh, that looks cool. And it's only 2 simoleons. That's not bad. Then we could use this patterned bat column print. I don't know what it means by patterned bat. I don't see the bat, but I like it. Is it a bad idea to use brick in the bathroom? That kind of feels like it makes sense. Although Vampires does have these really pretty tiles. So maybe we do that and then find a matching wallpaper. I think that looks good, and that reminds me that I forgot to put a mirror. There's even a vampire's mirror. How perfect. Let me make sure that's all functional, because now I'm spooked. You know what? It's totally not. I need to swap around the direction of the tub. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly sometimes. Okay, take shower. What do you mean you can't get in? Is the curtain blocking her ability to go through the door? No. Can't she get in the tub? Oh my gosh, does she have to enter from the other side? Oh my gosh, she does. Okay, well, that's fine. We can just put the toilet here, and I think that's enough room for everything to work. That's really tight, though. Okay, she can use the bathroom, but the sink is blocking her path. Oh no, do I just admit that the curtain's not gonna happen? I think I have to. That's such a bummer! Oh well, at least I won't be stressing about how weird the desk looks on that side. All right, shower works, toilet works, sink works. Fantastic, love it. Get some of this vampire's flooring. We're kind of going all in on the color scheme here. Maybe we do need some variety. That doesn't look as cool. I'm so dramatic. We can put curtains in the bedroom. Wow, we get to have curtains. And all it took was me putting them in a very normal place. I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. I want to get a rug to kind of break up the colors in here a bit, but that's a really ornate rug. I'm trying to think if any of the swatches work a little bit better. I kind of like this one. The green sort of matches this weird green color in the desk. If you're looking at that and you're thinking, Shasha, that's not green, I would like it to be known that I am a little colorblind when it comes to green. So yes, it is. Shush. Okay, I think that's a good rug. How are we doing on budget? Oh no. Okay, that's why I wanted to do the bedroom first, but we still have a lot left to do. Well, let's get some flooring down here. Okay, I know that this is incredibly hypocritical of me after just complaining about the budget, but I want a column there. Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And let's get this very expensive dining table and these not very cheap dining chairs. Is that enough room to like walk past the kitchen? I think it is. I'm feeling like everything's a little bit too dark down here, so I'm kind of wondering if I should use a brighter swatch. Even this like stony swatch keeps the same color scheme, but just breaks it up a bit more. There's so much red happening. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially over budget. Oh no. What should I get rid of? It definitely wouldn't be the 1200 simoleon organ that I put here. That's not going anywhere. I could use a different table than the vampire's dining table, which would save us money both on the table and the chairs. And then all that's left is the living room. That can't be that expensive. Ooh, we got a radiator. That's fun. Maybe we can put that over here. Little empty corner. We could put this couch thing over here. I know it has a fancier name, but I don't know how to pronounce the fancier name, so I'm not going to. Oh my gosh, and this weird little chair. And then like a big coffee table. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. The shape of this room is weird. Okay, how attached are we to that little octagonal pop out? Because what I'm thinking is piano here, lounge here, radiator, I don't know, here. We don't need the radiator. I'm not like attached to it, but it's not like crazy expensive, so I think we can keep it. And then something like this for the living room, that little seating area. I don't know, it could work. It's definitely weird, but I don't hate it, especially if I put the rug under this couch thing. It's not awful. All right, let's see how much money we save by getting rid of this back wall thing. Probably not very much, but maybe a little bit, but not even enough to put us under budget. All right, let's start trimming the fat. We probably don't need 2 of the vampire rugs. We can use this little circle base game one instead. Then I really like the vampire tub, but there's this base game one that's really similar. That's like, what, 400 simoleons cheaper? And it still matches everything else perfectly. Gosh, same thing. The toilet's so expensive. The sink's not too bad. The mirror is pretty bad, so let's replace that. It was a pretty big mirror, to be fair. You know what I realized as well? If we make the foundation a little bit smaller, we make some money back because the stairs don't have to be so tall. Like around 200 simoleons, but that's not nothing. We can get another 200 if we delete the spot under the stairs, which I think maybe we should. I know, the organ, but no. We probably don't need these columns inside. Technically, we don't need that wall there, but I want it. Actually, we could just use the like under the stair part. Is that more or less money? Significantly more, actually. What? Okay, well, let's go back to what we had. That's kind of crazy. Even with the columns, it's cheaper to do it this way. And I like how it looks more too. Oh, part of it also was we were using cheaper stairs. Speaking of which, we could use even cheaper stairs. Yeah, and those look like stone. Okay, we're getting there. We have this 275 simoleon door, but we could just use the same door we used for the bedroom, which is 90. And it even has a matching swatch. All right, 22 simoleons. Where am I gonna get you from? You know, this back wall here doesn't need to be painted. Yes, that was only 2 simoleons. I don't know why I thought it would be more. Okay, if we get rid of the column on the edge there, that helps. That gets us under budget. Okay, this is coming together. I kind of wanted to put something out on the patio though. I think an easel's always really good for a starter home. You can afford it. Oof. And then we have the organ for skill building for piano. Gardening would be more practical. I don't want to get rid of it. Okay, what do we put there instead? Somehow the bar is cheaper, but still puts us over budget. Never mind. Actually, you know what we can do? We can put another table here and then put the gramophone on it. I'm trying not to use like a lot of the stuff from the rewards events in this build or in this series' builds because not everyone has those, but the gramophone's kind of really perfect for this. And if you don't have it, you can just replace it with this base game one. Wait, no, did that put us over budget? Oh, because the gramophone's almost 700 simoleons? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna put the base game gramophone here. How's that sound? Gosh, this is a weird looking house, but it's functional and it's a starter home budget. Then I want to do some terrain paint here, kind of try and connect the sidewalk to the stairs. And terrain paint's free, unlike tiles. And then we can add a little bit of weathering like around the edge. Yeah, that's good. Gosh, it still looks so small on this giant lot, but I guess it gives you room to grow. Oh yeah, we need a mailbox too. I guess vampires didn't come with one? Well, that's fine, because the base game ones are free. Hello, Crow. So let's see what stuff we didn't get to use from this pack because it was too expensive. Any of the graves. Gosh, that would have been fun. The really big bed, although there's no way we could have afforded that. Oh, there's all these cobwebs that we could actually use. That could be fun because they're all free. We did not have any money for the hanging wall art, which is actually really disappointing. We got some curtains at least. Oh, and there's ivy. I want to use the ivy. You think we could use like even the littlest bit up here? We just put it on the front. It's not over budget. And that looks actually really cool. Then there's some clutter items and lighting we didn't get to use. That's okay. I mean, especially since this pack's kind of on the more expensive side with its items, I think we got an impressive amount of those items in on a starter home budget. So I'm not upset about it. I am gonna add some of these cracks though. They're really hard to see on this wallpaper, but they're free. So why not? It's extra character. And then I might see if I can get some trees from debug. That's gonna be bb.show hidden objects, then bb.show live edit objects in order to unlock all of these like fake items they use to decorate the overworld. Now we get access to it. Ooh, like this tree or this big one. See, these will be really good to just make the lot feel a little less empty. I mean, it's still gonna feel empty, but this will help fill it in a little bit. There's even this street lamp. That's cool. Actually, you know what else is free? Terrain tools. We could put a little pond back here, and we could use some of this debug grass. There's even debug headstones. Oh my gosh, we do get to have headstones in this build. I'm so excited. And I want to put some stones around, but the ones that come in the pack are like massive for some reason. These ones are less egregious, but they don't quite look natural. Okay, we can just put more plants around. More shrubbery, more greenery, all that. Might even actually hide the graveyards in the bushes. I don't know, it kind of looks like the graves are then in the water, but just imagine that that's not the case, okay? Maybe they're like facing like this way, something. I don't know, it looks cool. I want to do it. Don't think about the logistics too much. That actually helps a lot. Then let's get some terrain paint for around the edges. Just want to add a little bit of like roughness to the terrain around it, especially like right around the border. I don't know, because this is like a dead pool. This is not a pool where things go to thrive. None of these other water options look great, to be honest. They all look like I should have more foliage along the edge explaining why there's so much stuff in the pool or in the pond. So I think I might leave it like this. This is actually pretty cool. I'm really proud of this. Let me just do one more walkthrough, make sure everything's functional. Yeah, it's looking good. Oh my gosh. All right, and it's on the gallery. As always, my gallery ID is in my description of all of my videos, and just search up Vampire Starter Home. This was a lot of fun. This went so much better than the other one I tried to do. I think partially because vampire stuff has more items than the bathroom clutter kit, and also I had a little bit of practice now. I don't usually build starter homes, you know? At least not ones that are supposed to be good enough for other people to play in. So I had a good time. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a lovely day. Bye!